Hi guys and gals, Dennis Brown here again with a video exclusive for the Firefly Guitar Fans Facebook group. And what we have here today is the Firefly Jazz bass style bass guitar. And this is a prototype. This is serial number 003. So they sent out a couple of, well, apparently at least three prototypes. I'm one of the people that got one. I fiddle around with bass, and I have for, since I was a teenager, but I'm not really a bassist, but I still know the guitars. And so I thought what I'd do is introduce it, even though it's early in the game. I have no idea when these are going to be available. So you have to join the group if you want to get one, because they're going to sell out fast. Most Firefly guitars, when they put them on the market, for instance, they just threw hundreds and hundreds of these LP model guitars, and they were sold out in 48 hours. So literally 48 hours. So if you want to get one, you kind of have to be in the know. They didn't put them on Amazon. They put them on their own website. There's enough interest just in the Firefly fans group to sell hundreds and hundreds of guitars when they're new models. But what this video is kind of a first look of the prototype. So the production model may be different than this, and it will be different than this if I find problems, and I've already found problems. This is not the original pickups that came in the guitar. The originals, here we go, were these, okay? No, you don't see pole pieces. It's sealed in the back, epoxy sealed. And the original prototype came with two pickups that have blue leads, which is wrong. It tells me they sent me either two bridge or two neck pickups. So what was happening was when you had both pickups on, you had two that had the same phase, and so it would be really noisy. I mean, they actually sound good. It was just a lot noisier than it should be. When you can hear that now. I just turned off the bridge pickup, and you hear 60 cycle hum because I'm only running this one pickup here. As soon as you turn on the other pickup, it goes away. It's basically a humbucker. So we already had to ditch the originals, and that's fine. These are a ceramic pickup, which I'm not, on guitars, I'm not a huge fan of ceramic. For bass, I'm a little more neutral. It's a different set of frequencies, and so I'm a little more open-minded. And in a nutshell, so far I like them. And I'll be honest with you, I've spent maybe 3 minutes with these. What you're about to hear is me playing it for the first time for the most part. So, if I look shocked or odd or wowed or offended or anything else, then you might be too, because I'm hearing it for the first time. If you notice, this has a flame top on it, and it's you wouldn't mistake it for $1,000 flame top guitar or an $800 flame top guitar, but it's a good top, I mean, and once again, even though they send me these prototypes and everything, I'm going to be brutally honest, just like I was with the pickups that the manufacturer screwed up. The top is good. The overall color of this thing, if they do it like this, the overall color is phenomenal. It's a tobacco sunburst that goes to a true rooty kind of tobacco color, and the way that they blend the color into this is really, really well. The overall color and stability, and the build, the thickness, it's full thickness. I would swing this around. It's a very rigid, sturdy bass. It's got the skunk stripe, which actually adds a little strength to the neck, because that's a piece of walnut that's glued in there, so it does make it more rigid. Tuners, I'll let you take a look at those. Pretty standard open back tuners. I haven't had a reason to do, I had to loosen the strings to put in these other pickups and all that. So, they seem like good tuners. There was no obvious flaws. The tailpiece is a monster tailpiece. It's not a piece of, you know, thin sheet metal. And usually, because I'm guessing this is going to be under $200. And it is a guess. I don't hold me to that. But for under $200 to have flame top, to have beefy, I mean, just a, you know, monster 3-pound bridge and all of that is it's pretty much what Firefly does. And so far, so good. If you notice, these have the vintage type where you know, load the string straight through the hole, and that way you don't have pieces, which is, you know, it's just nice. It's how you should do it. And almost everything I see here, it's how that you should do it. With the other pickups, I was noticing that the tone control was useless. From 10 to 3, it sounded the same. And then all of a sudden, you know, it would just go down and just kill all the highs. You know, you really couldn't fine tune it. Once I put these in, that went away. So I guess that was very specific, maybe it's to the phasing or to those pickups. Because I already complained to Firefly about it, and I almost feel embarrassed because now the tone, let me take it all the way from to 0. Back and forth. And, you know, it does what it's supposed to do. You can dial it in. You can kind of hit the middle of it. For this video, I'm running a Fender Rumble 100. It's just what I have for a bass amp around here, and I'm just running it loud enough that this mic will pick it up. So this is not a great demo to learn the you know, the nuances of the tone or the sound, because it's not really mic'd properly. I can't run through the board direct and the mic at this, because then if I do a monitor, it wants to feed back. So let's listen to it a little bit instead of listening to me. Tone, everything is wide open right now, so. Let's pull that tone down to about halfway. It helps if you know how to play bass. Softens it up nicely. And go all the way down. Now you're going to hear a little slap and string stuff because the mic is real close to, it's like 2 foot away from there. I like it somewhere around 3 o'clock. You know, where you still have a little bit of that. You know, you can still get some slap and get some highs and bright in there, but it's still soft enough. You know, you can get some good tone. And so let's do a couple of quick sound samples, and I'll patch you in, and we'll go from there. Thanks. Back to recording now. Again, we're just going to use the open mic. It's just easier. When we get down into actual production models, I'll come in and do it a little bit more straight through or mic it proper. But we're just wanting to hear the basics right now. First off, let's hear just the neck pickup. Now let's hear just the bridge pickup, and you'll hear a little bit of 60 cycle hum. These are, you know, these are single coils, so that's normal. let's hear both pickup. Now you notice the 60 cycle hum goes away. Let's hear both pickups. Now that's with the tone on around 3 or 4, which is kind of where I said I kind of like it. So next we're going to turn the tone all the way down, and let's start with the bridge, with the neck pickup right here only. Now let's switch and go to just the bridge pickup. Now let's go to both pickups. There you go. Okay, now we're going to go back with the tone all the way up, which is not a setting I would use very often, but it does tell you what the potential brightness is. You can remember, you can always pull it back. So now that was the bridge only. Let's go and, that was the neck only. Let's go to the bridge only. Now let's go both pickups. And if you notice, when I have the tone all the way up, you pick up a lot more of that 60 cycle hum. It's a little bit noisier when you're running just one pickup, but it's perfectly quiet when you're running two. So that's, once again, completely normal. So both pickups. And one thing I'll say with these, more so than with the others, which the other pickups were kind of out of phase anyway, but whether I use one pickup or two or what, the volume level stays pretty much the same, which is good. That's what you want. Okay. This last little bit of a sound bit, I've got it around the tone on about 2. It's a little more precision-y sounding, which is kind of what I'm used to. And let's get some just old-fashioned Texas barn dance-based music. That was neck only. Let's go to the bridge. And both. That's why you don't let guitars play bass. And there you go. That was your first look at the, I want to show you some more first looks here out of it. The Firefly JB. It's probably going to be called an FFJB, I'm guessing. And it is a really, really pretty guitar. It is a nice, full thickness, heavy duty, 1.5 inch nut, just like a Fender JB. Weight, pretty typical. I mean, it's not extraordinarily heavy or light. I should have weighed it, but I didn't. Would I drag this to a gig? In a skippy minute. Not a problem. I mean, for a weekend warrior gig, going out with my buddies and playing the local bar for 150 people would not faze me a bit to drag this out. And it's not set up, or I mean, it's literally stock strings, everything just as it came from the factory. It came in pretty good shape, which is better than average shape for a prototype, to be honest with you. So I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. If I have my way, I would leave these pickups, these, which are they're ceramics, but they're I like them. I like them a lot. I mean, they have a lot of tone, and you can pull them way back, and they don't get, you know, when you pull them all the way back, they get a little wonky, but that's kind of normal. But you can pull them all the way back down to 2, and they have just really good tone. So I think that Firefly is really onto something with this. Like I say, price range, I have no idea. I just say under 200. I said that with the LPs, and they ranged from 149 to 189. So there just is no telling. With the flamed maple top, you know, that's going to add, you know, $20 to it, but well worth it for an instrument that looks this good. If I have my way, they'll have some solid colors too. As I know a lot of people like solid reds or solid whites, and but I would, like I say, I wouldn't call the flaming stellar, but it's good. It's at least as good as my $600 Epiphone. I did a video on that comparing the Firefly flame maple top to the Epiphone. So it's at least as good as that $600 Epiphone. You know, so what more can you say? So thanks again, folks, and until next time.